Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 3, that is performance of transmission lines. Here we are going to discuss about that nominal pi method. So, nominal pi method for medium transmission lines. So, in this method, the capacitance of each conductor, that is line to neutral, is divided into two halves as shown in this figure. Look at this figure. The capacitance of the transmission line, actually in end condenser method we are taken that the capacitance which was taken as a reference at the receiving end side in end condenser method. In case of nominal T section method, where the amount of capacitance which was offered per unit centimeter of the conductor for given length of the transmission line is taken reference at midpoint of the transmission line. Now the midpoint of the transmission line, whatever it was offered the capacitance, now it is divided into two half intervals. One half of the interval is taken reference at input side, nothing but sending end side. Another capacitance which was offered, another segment of the capacitance, that is C by 2, which is taken reference at receiving end side. So in this circuit diagram, if you closely observe very clearly, that is R is nothing but line resistance per unit centimeter of the conductor which was offered for a given length of the transmission line, that is medium transmission line, and XL is nothing but inductive reactance which was offered per unit centimeter of the conductor for a given length of the transmission line. So the total capacitance is divided into two half intervals. One is taken reference at sending end side, one is taken reference at receiving end side. Now in this circuit diagram, Vs is called as sending end voltage, and similarly Is is called as sending end current. Then IC2 is nothing but the amount of current which is flowing through the one segment of the capacitance like C by 2, which is taken reference at sending end side. And IL is nothing but the current which is flowing through the lumped parameters of the medium transmission line for a given nominal pi method. And IC1 is the amount of current, capacitive current, which is flowing through that another half segment which is taken reference at receiving end side. By applying Kirchhoff current law here, if I apply the Kirchhoff current law at this node, entering current is Is. Is is equal IC2 plus IL. Similarly, if I am going to apply that Kirchhoff current law at this node, the entering current is IL. IL is equal IC1 plus IR. So these are the various parameters and its relations with respect to that one parameter by another parameter. So it's obvious that capacitance at the sending end has no effect on the line drop. However, its charging current must be added to line current in order to obtain the overall total sending current. So in case of nominal T section method, however, we are taken that line parameters as a lumped parameters. In nominal pi method also, for medium transmission line, we are taken that line parameters as a lumped parameters which are taken into count, and the capacitance is referentially taken at half of the segment at reference of sending end side and half of the capacitance taken at reference as at receiving end side. So if you look this circuit diagram with respect to the half of the segments of its capacitance, the capacitance which was offered at sending end side does not show any effect because of the considering that line drops, and the capacitance which was offered at receiving end side may act as a voltage regulator in compensation that additional reactive currents which are demanded by the load. So let us assume that IR is equal load current per phase and capital R is equal resistance per phase, capital X suffix L is equal inductive reactance per phase, capital C is equal capacitance per phase, cos of pi R is equal receiving end power factor which is taken as a lagging, and Vs is equal sending end voltage per phase. So by taking that phasor diagram as a reference for the nominal pi method, the receiving end voltage also taken as a reference as to analyze the remaining voltage and currents. Therefore, the receiving end voltage VR bar is equal VR plus J0, and the load current IR bar is equal IR at an angle of minus pi R. At an angle of minus pi R, we can write that e power minus of j pi r. E power minus j of pi r, I can write as a Euler's identity, and we can expand the formula as e power j theta, that is equal cos theta minus j sin theta. In similar manner, here I can write the formula as cos of pi r minus j of sin pi r. Therefore, charging current at load end I can take as IC1. IC1 is the amount of current which is flowing through the half of the segment which is taken that capacitance reference at receiving end side. Therefore, IC1 is equal to actually VR bar divided by XC. X is nothing but 1 by j omega c. 1 by j omega c means here we can write that j omega of half of the capacitance value, that is C by 2 of VR bar. So omega again here we can write as 2 pi fc. So here if I am going to write that omega as 2 pi fc, here 2 and again 2 get cancelled, the remaining is j of pi fc into VR bar. So here j of pi fc VR bar we can write as j VR bar into y also, while we have taken that only the susceptance value into count. Now here I am going to represent that a phasor diagram which is related to nominal pi section method. In nominal pi section method I am going to taken that receiving end voltage as a reference voltage. For this receiving end voltage again there is a drop of voltage, that is the current which is flowing through that line resistance which is considered as a lumped parameter, that is IL into R as a line resistance voltage drop. Then for this line resistance voltage drop there is a line reactance voltage drop called IL into XL, which is always at right angles to each other. Therefore the vector sum of all these three voltages, that is nothing but the sending end voltage called Vs. Next, and Is is out of phase with respect to Vs. It's because of line resistance and line inductive reactance. Therefore pi s is nothing but sending end phase angle, which gives that relation between sending end voltage and sending end current. Then similarly Vr is nothing but receiving end voltage. With respect to receiving end voltage, because of line inductive reactance and line resistance, there exists that phase angle of pi r. Pi r is nothing but the phase angle between receiving end voltage Vr and receiving end current IR. And if you take that all the currents are into count, by the time with respect to IR, IC1 is at right angles to each other. Therefore IR plus IC1 is equal the vector sum of IL. Again here with respect to IL, there is a IC2 current, that is the current which is flowing through the first segment of capacitance which is taken reference at sending end side. So IC2 is always right angles to IL here. Then the vector sum of IL plus IC2 is equal IS. So this is the phasor diagram which gives the relation between with all the parameters which was over at here in nominal pi method. So according to that Kirchhoff current law at receiving end side, therefore IL is equal IR plus IC1. If IL is equal IR plus IC1, that is the KCL equation at receiving end side. Similarly sending end voltage Vs bar is equal VR bar, that means receiving end voltage, plus IL into Z bar, that is a voltage drop due to line resistance and inductive reactance. Again Vs bar is equal VR bar plus IL bar into Z bar is nothing but here R plus JXL. So we will write that R plus JXL here. Next, charging current at the sending end side, that is ICT is equal J omega of C by 2 of Vs bar, similar like IC1. So that is J pi Fc of Vs bar, or we can also write as J Vs bar into Y. And sending end current, if I apply that Kirchhoff current law at sending end side node, then Is bar is equal IL bar plus IC2 bar here. Next, from nominal pi method, where the capacitance is divided into two halves like C by 2 at sending end side, another C by 2 at receiving end side. Now the overall impedance Z bar is equal R plus JXL, and the admittance of the network Y is equal J omega C with respect to the capacitance of C, that become as C by 2 for half of the interval. Then Is bar is equal IL bar plus IC2 bar, that is nothing but KCL equation which was taken reference at sending end side. Therefore IC2 nothing but one capacitor current formula, IC1 is another capacitor current formula, and by applying KCL at receiving end side, here we got the formula IL bar is equal IR bar plus IC1. Now IL bar is equal IR plus IC bar. IC bar means here I can take that IL bar is equal IR bar plus IC1 bar here. For that IC1 bar means I can write that VR bar of Y bar by 2. VR bar of Y bar by 2, that is nothing but this formula I am substituted in the place of IC1 bar. So The simplified equation can become as like this here. And Vs bar is equal Vr bar plus IL bar into Z bar. And again IL bar means we know that IR bar plus Vr bar of Y by 2 of Z bar. After simplifying this equation here, Vs bar is equal Vr bar plus IR bar into Z bar plus Vr bar into Y bar by Z into Z bar. So again Vs bar is equal here. If I am going to take that Vr bar as reference, or Vr bar I am going to take as a common in this equation, I got Vs bar is equal Vr bar of 1 plus Y bar into Z bar by 2 plus I bar into Z bar. So take it as a equation number 1 at here. Next, Is bar is equal IL bar plus IC2 bar is nothing but another KCL equation reference at sending end side. Therefore, Is bar is equal IL bar means I can substitute like IR bar plus VR bar into Y bar by 2. IC2 bar means Vs bar into Y bar by 2. So in this equation, I am going to take that all the parameters as common like 1. I am going to substitute the overall equation Is bar is equal IR bar plus VR bar of Y bar by 2 plus Vr bar of 1 plus Y bar into Z bar by 2 plus IR bar of Z bar of Y bar by 2. So after doing simplification this entire equation, here Is bar is equal, that means here I am going to take that Vr bar as a common and IR bar as a common in this equation. The simplified equation follows as like this here I got. So in this simplified equation Is bar is equal to Is bar is equal Vr bar of Y bar by 2 Y bar by 2 plus Y square Z bar by 4 plus IR bar of 1 plus Z bar into Y bar by 2 here. In this equation Y bar by 2 plus Y bar by 2, I can get 2 Y bar by 2 here. Again 2 to get cancelled here. Then now I am going to take that this equation as a equation number 2. Now earlier equation number 1, current equation number 2, I am going to compare with the general equations of ABCD parameters, where sending end voltage and sending end current written as a receiving end voltage and receiving end currents according to ABCD parameters concept. By comparing these two equations here, I got the values of A, B, C and D. Here A bar is equal 1 plus Y bar into Z bar by 2, B bar is equal Z bar, C bar is equal Y bar of 1 plus Y bar into Z bar by 4 and D bar is equal 1 plus Z bar into Y bar by 2. So here if you compare A, B, C, D parameters, A bar and D bar values are similar values. Therefore, A bar is equal 1 plus Y bar Z bar by 2 is equal D bar. So the above network is a symmetrical network, or we have to check. For that there is a symmetrical identity for a ABCD parameters or a given transmission line. Therefore, A bar into D bar minus B bar into C bar, that is nothing but mod of transmission matrix, that is A bar into D bar minus B bar into C bar is equal 1. If I am going to take that minus as common here, I get B bar into C bar minus A bar into D bar is equal minus 1. Next. So to check that given network is a symmetrical network or not, by that I am going to substitute that all the parameters like A, D, B, C. So this is nothing but the parameter of A bar, D bar minus B bar, C bar is equal 1. I am going to multiply one parameter by another parameter here. 1 into 1. 1 into 1, here I got 1. 1 into Y bar Z bar by 2, Y bar Z bar by 2. Similarly again Y bar Z bar by 2 into 1, Y bar Z bar by 2. Y bar Z bar by 2 into Y bar Z bar by 2. Y square bar Z square bar divided by 4. Again here minus Z bar into Y bar of 1 plus Y bar into Z bar by 4. So one time here we got minus Z bar Y bar, and another time here minus Y bar square Z bar square divided by 4, that is equal to 1. So in this equation if you closely observe, very clear, here this term may get cancelled, that is Y square into Z square bars divided by 4, and here Y bar Z bar by 2 plus Y bar Z bar by 2 both are added, 2 Y bar Z bar by 2 and again 2 to get cancelled here. Then remaining equation 1 plus Y bar Z bar minus Z bar Y bar is equal 1. Therefore the given network is a symmetrical network where it satisfies the property of A bar into D bar minus B bar into C bar is equal 1. Thank you.